Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Mrs. Bandu's Math Movies. This is for Course 2, Lesson 2-1, Exponents in Order of Operations. And our objective here is to write and simplify expressions with exponents. So our key concept that we'll use here is actually very much like what we did in part of Chapter 1. We are going to actually include our exponents here, which we did not before. So first we want to do all operations within grouping symbols. Okay, I'm writing a little too large for that, but it does say grouping symbols. Okay. Evaluate any term with or terms with exponents. So this is the component that we're adding right now. Multiply and divide in order from left to right. And add and subtract in order from left to right. So our order of operations are PEMDAS, okay? A little acronym for that might be Please My Dear Aunt Sally, okay? Parentheses are any grouping symbols, exponents, multiply and divide from left to right, add and subtract in order from left to right. An exponent is a number that tells how many times a number or base is used as a factor. Okay, so if I have this expression here, 5 times 5 times 5, I can write that with a base of 5. The base is used as a factor 3 times, so I will give it an exponent of 3. So 5 to the third power, or 5 cubed, means 5 times 5 times 5. If I evaluate that, or find the value of the expression, it's 125, because 5 times 5 is 25. Multiply 25 times 5, that's 125. Okay? A power is a number that is expressed using an exponent. Okay, so for example here, when I write 5 to the third, this whole entire expression is the power, okay? All right, so here's a quick example. Writing expressions using exponents. So we want to write 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 using an exponent. So 7 is our base, 4 is the exponent. So this is equivalent to the power that I could write for 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 is 7 to the fourth power. Okay, here are a couple of quick check expressions for you. Go ahead and write those using exponents. Again, you may pause at this point and come back to it later, or you may come back to it later, whichever you prefer. I'm going to move on to example number 2. And this one is a geography-based problem. A seaside village has an area of 1.3 squared kilometers. Find the value of 1.3 squared. Okay, our first method would be to write as the product of repeated factors, and those repeated factors are 1.3. And multiply them out, you get 1.69. Okay, in a calculator, or using a calculator that has an x squared key on it, we would type 1.3 x squared and then equal. There's an x squared key on your calculator. If you cannot locate this, please be sure to ask about it in class. We will review this, but if for some reason you're still having problems, please be sure to check in with me. And this is 1.69. So again, we're using the x squared key to square numbers. So the area of the village is 1.69 square kilometers. Okay, notice again that the kilometers are in square units, so that the units are squared. So we're putting the 2 behind the units, not behind the number any longer. Okay, and then here is an order of operation question. We want to simplify 2 cubed times the quantity 9 minus 3 squared. So I'm going to do operations in the parentheses first. So 9 minus 3 is 6. So after I've done my first simplification step, I'm left with 2 cubed times 6 squared. Okay, find the values of the powers. 2 to the third power, remember, is not 2 times 3, but it's 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2, which is 8. 6 squared is 6 times 6, or 36. And when you multiply 8 times 36, you should get 288. Okay. Here are some more quick check questions for you. You may use either pencil and paper, a model if you choose, or a calculator. All right. And we will go over these in class. Please be sure to bring in any questions you have. And I do want to show you a couple of things in person about questions like 3A and 3B, some similar to that, which we will spend some time going over in class. Thank you, and I'll see you before long.